The danger of losing your home is about to end. This is God's blessing for you. You didn't click this by accident, my beloved. Listen carefully because this message was released with your name on it, and heaven is speaking now with urgency. Don't skip this, don't look away, because what you are about to hear is arriving at the exact moment your heart has been carrying fear in silence. I see the late nights where you stared at walls wondering how much longer you could hold on. I see the envelopes you were afraid to open, the conversations you avoided, the prayers you whispered when no one else was listening. And now I say to you directly, my child, the danger you felt pressing in around your home has reached its expiration, but you must hear every word of this, because missing one moment could delay what is already moving toward you. Do you feel how specific this sounds right now? There has been a shaking, chosen one, not because you were abandoned, but because what was unstable was being exposed. And listen carefully, the threat was real, the pressure was real, the fear was not imagined, but it was never meant to destroy you, it was meant to position you. And don't skip this, because many stop listening right before heaven reveals the protection that was already activated. You were being watched over even when you thought you were one step away from losing everything. My beloved, have you noticed how certain disasters stop just short of touching you? There is a reason your sleep has been restless, a reason your spirit has been alert, a reason this message found you now and not yesterday or tomorrow, because something has shifted behind the scenes and you must hear this before you doubt it away. The enemy tried to convince you that your home was about to be taken, but God says the threat has been intercepted, and listen carefully. This is not a motivational phrase. This is a prophetic interruption, because provision has already been released and is traveling through channels you cannot yet see. Don't skip this moment, because if you stop listening now, you may miss the instruction that unlocks the protection. Tell me honestly, have you been carrying the fear that one phone call or one notice could change everything? My child, I need you to breathe, because divine coverage has moved into place, and what you feared would collapse is being reinforced, not by human strength, but by divine authority. And listen, chosen one, this is important. The delay was not denial, it was alignment, and the waiting was not punishment, it was preparation, because what is coming next is not just survival, it is stability. And this is where many miss it, so don't skip this. The blessing is not only about keeping your home, it is about restoring your peace inside it. Do you feel that quiet relief beginning to rise even as you listen? The anxiety that sat in your chest was never meant to live there permanently, and heaven knows you reached your limit, which is why this message sounds so personal it almost feels uncomfortable, because it is. My beloved, you were targeted for reassurance today, but listen carefully, because this reassurance comes with a warning. Do not let fear talk louder than faith in the next moments, because the enemy will try one last whisper to make you believe nothing has changed, but something has changed, and everything is about to move quickly. Don't skip this, because in the next phase God will require you to stand still emotionally even while circumstances shift rapidly. Have you been sensing that something was about to break, one way or another? I am telling you now, chosen one, the breaking is not you, it is the threat against you, and what happens next will not look how you imagined, because the rescue will arrive through an unexpected door, at an unexpected time, in an unexpected way. And this is why you must keep listening, because the truth I haven't revealed yet will change everything. And you must hear this now, my child, because the moment you feel the tension easing is the moment vigilance matters most. Don't skip this, listen carefully, because heaven is not only ending a danger, it is correcting a narrative you have believed about yourself. You thought you were barely surviving, but I tell you, chosen one, you were being preserved, and there is a difference. The pressure around your home was not a sign of failure. It was evidence that what you carry is valuable, and listen, this is not said to comfort you, it is said to awaken you, because the reason the threat lingered so close is because the enemy wanted you exhausted before the blessing arrived. Have you noticed how tired your spirit has been lately? My beloved, that weariness was not weakness, it was the cost of standing while unseen battles were fought on your behalf. And don't skip this, because right now a divine reversal is being activated. The same forces that seem to push you out are now being commanded to step back. And listen carefully, this shift did not begin when you clicked this message. It began when you refused to give up even when hope felt irresponsible. Do you remember that moment you almost surrendered to despair but didn't? That moment mattered more than you know. And this is why heaven is speaking so directly now, because what is coming requires you to recognize your chosen identity, not later, not after the miracle, but now, my child. The danger of losing your home is ending not because circumstances suddenly became kind, but because authority has been exercised. And don't skip this, because the authority was released in response to your silent endurance. You cried when no one saw, you worried when no one helped. And still you stood, and heaven took notice. Listen carefully, because I need you to understand this next part. The blessing approaching you is not just protection, it is restoration, and restoration always comes with instruction. Have you been feeling an inner nudge to prepare, to organize, to clean, to let go of certain things? That was not random, my beloved, that was alignment, because when stability returns, it stays, and this is why the timing feels intense, because the window is opening, and many miss it by doubting at the wrong moment. Don't skip this, because doubt will try to disguise itself as realism, but I tell you, chosen one, faith is the most practical response right now, even if it doesn't make sense yet. Listen carefully, because there will be a sign, subtle but undeniable, confirming what you're hearing now. It may come through a conversation, a document, an unexpected delay that turns into favor, or a sudden peace that makes no logical sense. Have you already felt that strange calm today? That is not coincidence, that is confirmation, and don't skip this, because the next phase will test your patience one final time, not to punish you, but to seal the miracle. My beloved, the enemy's last tactic is urgency mixed with fear, but heaven's pace is calm authority, and you must match it, because rushing in panic could distract you from the provision already set aside. Listen carefully, because I am about to reveal something many are not told. The home you feared losing carries spiritual significance. It is not just shelter, it is a place of future peace, healing, and testimony, and this is why the threat was so aggressive. Do you understand now why this felt so personal? Chosen one, what is about to happen will not only secure your dwelling, it will shift how you see God's faithfulness forever, and what happens next will shock you. Because the shock will come quietly at first, my beloved, not with noise, not with celebration, but with a subtle shift that only your spirit recognizes. Don't skip this, listen carefully, because this is where many miss the miracle by looking for drama instead of discernment. The danger retreats silently before it disappears publicly, and you are standing right at that invisible turning point now, chosen one. The pressure you felt was the sound of chains loosening, even though fear tried to name it failure. And hear this clearly, my child, heaven has already gone ahead of you into conversations you haven't had yet, into decisions you haven't been informed about yet, into rooms where your name was spoken when you weren't present. Do you feel how precise this is becoming? That is because this message is not general, it is targeted, and don't skip this, because I need you alert for what comes next. The next step will require restraint, not reaction, because when provision is near, panic becomes the enemy's final distraction. Have you noticed how temptation to overthink has intensified recently? That is not random, my beloved, it is resistance against clarity, and listen carefully, because clarity is arriving whether fear agrees or not. The situation surrounding your home is being recalculated, reevaluated, and redirected, and even those who once seemed unmoved are about to shift their posture toward you. Don't skip this moment, because favor often enters disguised as delay, and mercy often arrives wearing silence. Chosen one, you were never meant to carry this burden alone, and this is why support will appear unexpectedly, not necessarily emotionally, but practically, tangibly, precisely where you need it most. Have you been wondering how help could come when no one seemed available? That question is about to be answered in a way that humbles you, not because you are small, but because love is large. Listen carefully, because the next sign will test your trust. It may feel too simple, too ordinary, too easy after so much struggle, but that is how you will know it is God, because peace will accompany it, not chaos. And don't skip this, because the enemy will try to convince you that calm means nothing is happening. But I tell you, chosen one, calm is the signal that authority has taken over, the storm has already been addressed, and now the waves are settling. My child, there is a lesson being sealed in you right now, one that will protect you from future fear, and that lesson is this: you are not as vulnerable as you believed. Do you feel your strength returning as you hear this? That strength is not self-made, it is restored, and it is necessary for what comes next, because stability is not the end of the story, it is the foundation for expansion. And don't skip this, because the blessing will not stop at keeping your home, it will extend into provision, peace, and testimony. Others will ask how you survived this season, and you will struggle to explain it without tears. Listen carefully, because the final resistance is already weakening, and when it breaks, it will do so suddenly, leaving no room for doubt, and everything is about to change. And when that change begins to manifest, my beloved, it will challenge the version of you that learned to live in survival mode. Don't skip this, listen carefully, because heaven is not only securing what you feared losing, it is asking you to release the identity that formed under pressure. Chosen one, you became strong because you had to be, alert because you had no choice, but now the environment around you is shifting, and your spirit must shift with it. Have you noticed how even good news feels unfamiliar lately? That is because you learned to expect loss, not because you lacked faith, but because pain trained your expectations. And hear this clearly, my child, that training season is ending, but if you cling to it, you may miss the fullness of the blessing. Don't skip this moment, because many receive provision but never receive peace, and peace is what God is restoring now. Listen carefully, because the stability coming to your home is meant to teach you trust again, not dependence on fear. The walls that almost closed in on you are about to feel safe again, and that safety will feel strange at first, but it is real. Chosen one, the silence that follows a long storm can feel louder than the storm itself, and that is where doubt tries to speak. Have you already felt uneasy during moments of calm? That is not a warning, my beloved, it is a sign of transition. And don't skip this, because the next phase requires you to choose belief over memory. The memory of struggle will try to define the present, but heaven says the present is new. And listen carefully, because something else is happening beneath the surface. Relationships connected to this situation are being adjusted. some will soften, some will step back. Some will reveal their true posture toward you, and this is not to harm you, but to protect you. Do you sense certain dynamics changing already? That is alignment, not loss. And my child, I need you to hear this. You did not imagine the spiritual weight attached to your home. It has been a battleground, and now it will become a testimony. But testimonies require endings, and endings can feel unsettling even when they are good. Don't skip this, because closure is coming, and with it, clarity. Listen carefully, because when the final confirmation arrives, it may challenge your logic, but it will confirm your spirit. There will be no confusion, only relief, and maybe tears you didn't know you were holding back. Chosen one, you are not late, you are not behind, and you were never forgotten. This season was measured, monitored, and now concluded, and as you step into what comes next, remember this: you were chosen not just to survive the threat, but to outgrow it, and what happens next will shock you. Because the shock will arrive as a quiet unveiling, my beloved, not as chaos, not as alarms, but as the unmistakable confirmation that what you feared losing has been preserved. Don't skip this, listen carefully, because heaven's timing is precise, and if you blink, you could miss the exact moment your provision lands. Chosen one, you have prayed in whispers, in tears, in solitude. And now those prayers are being answered in ways that feel too large to be real. Have you sensed the shift in energy around your home, the subtle ease in circumstances you thought were locked in struggle? That is heaven moving on your behalf, and I tell you, my child, this is not luck, it is not coincidence, it is deliberate divine intervention. And don't skip this, because the enemy will attempt to disguise this victory as ordinary, but you must see it for what it is. Chosen one, the protection is real, the reversal is happening, and what was meant to overwhelm you is now being redirected. Listen carefully, because the walls of your home are being fortified spiritually and practically, even when human eyes cannot see it. Have you noticed certain doors opening that you never knocked on? That is the evidence of provision traveling ahead of you, and don't skip this, because the next moments require attention, not distraction, clarity, not assumption. The blessing is not only about security, it is about restoration, restoring peace, restoring confidence, restoring hope that has been dormant. My beloved, do you feel the heaviness lifting even as you listen? That lifting is the signature of the miracle arriving, and heaven is not done yet. Listen carefully, because your steps are being guided toward a testimony that will inspire many. And don't skip this, because the enemy's last attempt to create fear will appear as one final obstacle, one last notice, one last doubt. But you must not react in panic. You must hold firm. Chosen one, the blessing is not delayed, it is secured, and the storm that once threatened your home will now serve as the backdrop for your story of triumph. My child, have you realized how every tear, every sleepless night, every anxious thought was preparing you for this revelation? That preparation has a purpose beyond what you understand, and don't skip this, because the final alignment is already in motion. The people, the circumstances, the timing, all orchestrated to guarantee success. And listen carefully, because the truth that has not yet been revealed will expand your understanding of divine protection. Chosen one, your home is safe, but more than that, your faith is being refined. Your testimony is being formed, and what happens next will change everything. Because what comes next is the unveiling of the full scope of God's blessing. My beloved, listen carefully, don't skip this, because heaven is not only ending the danger, it is elevating your life beyond what you imagined possible. Chosen one, the provision that preserves your home is also opening doors to new opportunities, new relationships, and new testimonies? Have you sensed doors opening in ways that defy logic? That is the signature of divine orchestration, and I tell you now, my child, this is just the beginning. Don't skip this, because the enemy will attempt one final whisper to make you doubt, to make you question, to make you forget that you have been guarded, but you must stand firm, chosen one. The protection around your home is not temporary, it is eternal in effect, and listen carefully, because the blessing will continue to unfold in layers you have never experienced. Every moment you feared loss is now being repurposed into evidence of faith rewarded. Do you feel the weight lifting from your spirit even as you hear this? That is heaven confirming what your eyes have not yet fully seen, my beloved. The walls that seem threatened are now infused with peace. Your doors will not close on you, your windows will not betray you, and the environment around your dwelling will shift in ways that make others wonder how it happened. Don't skip this, because this is not luck. This is authority exercised on your behalf, chosen one. And as the final layer of this divine protection settles, understand this: your story is becoming a testimony, your perseverance a witness, and your faith a beacon. Have you noticed the calm that feels almost too strange to be real? That is the peace of God confirming His work in your life. And listen carefully, my child, because the next miracle tied to this blessing is already in motion, connected to your home, your family, and your future, and you must remain alert to recognize it. Don't skip this, because the enemy will try to disguise it as coincidence or chance, but you will know by the peace that accompanies it. Chosen one, the danger has ended. The blessing has arrived, the restoration is real, but this is not the conclusion. This is the prologue to your testimony, and the truth that has not yet been revealed will continue to astonish you. Beware. God just revealed a hidden enemy in your family. The name will freeze your blood. Chosen one, listen closely, don't skip. Something is happening around you that heaven could no longer stay silent about. A spiritual alarm has been ringing over your life, and God just pulled back the veil on a person you never expected, someone close, someone you trusted, someone wearing love like clothing but carrying jealousy like poison beneath it. You felt it in your spirit, didn't you? The sudden shift in atmosphere when you entered the room, the tone in their voice when you shared your dreams, the smile that didn't reach their eyes when God blessed you. Tell me honestly, do you feel a strange tension around a certain family member lately? My child, this message is not random, and you know it deep in your soul. You were guided here because something was trying to stay hidden, and God is exposing it piece by piece. You might have dismissed it as your imagination, that heavy feeling in your chest, that uneasy silence between you and them, that moment you caught them watching you with something darker than love. Have you felt like someone close wants your downfall even though they pretend to care? Don't skip, this could save you. Heaven is whispering urgently, beware of the one whose words sound sweet but intentions taste bitter. Lately you've been receiving blessings, clarity, spiritual growth, and whenever God raises someone, a familiar enemy rises too. Judas was not a stranger, he shared the table. Delilah wasn't distant, she laid on Samson's chest. Cain wasn't an outsider, he was Abel's own blood. Sometimes the most dangerous attack doesn't come from outside, it comes from the chair across your dinner table. Chosen one, you've been wondering why you feel drained after speaking with them, why your joy shrinks around certain people, why your spirit feels attacked after family gatherings. Deep inside you already know who this message is pointing to. Does a name flash in your mind right now? Have you been sensing God trying to warn you about someone familiar? Maybe they laugh with you but never celebrate your growth. Maybe they smile but never clap. Maybe when you speak about your dreams, they plant doubt instead of faith. They call it advice, but it kills your courage. They call it concern, but it slows your destiny. My beloved, your spirit has been picking up what your eyes could not see. Do you believe this is meant for you? God is revealing a secret because your breakthrough is near, and with every breakthrough comes exposure. The enemy cannot remain hidden when God shines His light. You've been feeling a shift, friendships fading, connections breaking, sudden distance from people you once felt safe with. That is not coincidence. God is peeling away masks. You are stepping into a season where your destiny is too valuable to be surrounded by hidden snakes. Listen carefully, the enemy doesn't fear your past, they fear your future. They see the glow on you before you see it in yourself. They sense your elevation. They smell the oil of purpose on your head. They can see what you don't see yet, and it terrifies them. Someone close has been speaking against you in private, whispering doubts, planting seeds of envy. But God says no weapon formed will prosper. Still, you must be awake. Don't skip. You need to hear what comes next. God is preparing to reveal a sign, a moment so clear, so sharp, so undeniable that you will know exactly who this hidden enemy is. It may come through a slip of the tongue, an exposed conversation, a sudden argument, or a moment where their mask falls for just a second and you see the truth beneath it. And when that moment comes, your heart will race, your spirit will tremble, and the name will freeze your blood, but it will also free your destiny. Everything is about to change. Chosen one, take a deep breath and listen carefully. Do not look away, do not scroll, because this next part is where God begins to uncover the shadow that has been hiding in the light. You've been feeling spiritually watched, haven't you? A presence around you that doesn't celebrate your blessings but counts them, measures them, envies them. You can feel love from them one moment and a strange coldness the next. Tell me honestly, have you noticed their mood shift when God lifts you higher? They smile, but behind their smile you sense a storm. They hug you, but something inside you whispers, "Be careful." My beloved, your spirit has been seeing what your eyes could not. God is whispering through your intuition, through dreams, through restless nights, through sudden discomfort around someone you once trusted with your heart. Why do you think you've been losing peace after certain conversations? Why does your energy drain around one specific person in your family? Why do you feel safer in your own silence than in their company? Have you felt this too? Don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. This is discernment, heaven's warning system protecting your calling. There is someone who claps only when you fail, not when you rise. Someone who acts like they care but secretly rejoices when you struggle. Someone who pretends to pray for you but instead speaks your name with doubt, with envy, with curses masked as concern. God saw every hidden word, every secret conversation, every time they questioned your success behind your back. And now heaven says, no more. The season of exposure is here. My child, God is moving mountains to remove what was sent to delay your destiny. Do you believe He is working on your behalf right now? The enemy cannot stand the glow you carry, because it reminds them of what they tried and failed to destroy. You survived things that should have broken you. You healed wounds that were never apologized for. You forgave betrayals that would have hardened others. That's why you are chosen. That's why you are dangerous to darkness. You carry oil, favor, future, and they know it. Don't skip. The spiritual war intensifies when a chosen one is near breakthrough. And your breakthrough is closer than it has ever been. Heaven is lifting the curtain. Someone's behavior will slip. Their true heart will leak through their words. You might hear them speak with unnecessary harshness, or see jealousy flash in their eyes like lightning. You might notice they only come around when they need something, but disappear when you need support. Pay attention, beloved, a revelation is approaching. A moment where God will put truth in plain view, and the shock of it will make you sit in silence. A voice in your soul will whisper, "It was them." And the name that rises in your spirit won't just surprise you, it will freeze your blood. But hold on tight, because what happens next will shock you. Chosen one, lean in even closer. The atmosphere around you is shifting. Can you feel it? There is a spiritual shaking taking place, and God is positioning you to see what you were never meant to be blind to. Don't skip this. Your destiny is tied to what you are about to hear. You've been noticing patterns, haven't you? Small things that didn't make sense before are suddenly connecting like puzzle pieces. The way they question your blessings, the way they change the subject when you talk about your dreams, the way they gossip about others in front of you, not knowing you are observing how they might speak about you when you're not in the room. Tell me honestly, have you seen sudden jealousy shining through someone you love? That uneasy feeling is not paranoia, it is divine alertness. My beloved, God shows signs before He reveals faces. Maybe you've been having dreams of conflict, of someone familiar turning against you, of a snake wearing human form. Maybe you've been waking up in the middle of the night thinking of a name, wondering why that face crosses your mind more often lately. Have you felt God warning you in your sleep? They may not attack you openly, not yet. Hidden enemies love shadows. They operate in silence, in subtle words, in smiles with fangs behind them. They pretend to care, but their spirit flinches when God blesses you. Pay attention, the one who never claps for your victories is often the one who prays you never rise. My child, the enemy saw your future long before you did. They noticed your anointing when you were still doubting yourself. They sensed your calling when you thought you were ordinary. They recognized greatness in you when you couldn't see it in the mirror. The enemy is not afraid of who you are, they are terrified of who you're becoming. And God is stepping in to protect your elevation. Don't skip, you must hear this. Heaven is preparing to separate you from connections that hinder your growth. It may hurt, because betrayal from blood cuts deep. But God removes what He knows will destroy you later. You will not be blindsided. The Spirit is preparing you. Do you believe God is guiding this moment right now? Soon there will be an incident, something small, maybe even accidental, but their heart will slip through their words. It could be a sarcastic comment wrapped in a laugh, a question that undermines your confidence, a moment where they fail to hide their bitterness when you succeed. And in that moment, clarity will strike like lightning. Your eyes will widen, your heart will pound, because everything will make sense. That uneasy feeling, those spiritual nudges, the dreams, the tension, it was God trying to tell you what your love wanted to ignore. A name is forming in your mind right now, don't deny it. You know who God is pointing to. But hold on, chosen one, the biggest truth is still hidden. Chosen one, stay with me, don't scroll, don't move, you are entering the most crucial part of this message, and the enemy would love nothing more than to distract you right now. Listen carefully. God is not exposing this hidden enemy to frighten you, but to free you. For so long you have carried confusion in your heart, wondering why you feel spiritually attacked inside your own home, why blessings seem to slow down when you share them with certain people, why every time you get excited about something, someone close speaks fear into your spirit instead of faith. Tell me honestly, have you noticed how they look uncomfortable when you talk about God elevating you? Their eyes shift, their smile fades just slightly, their words become strange and heavy. It's like they want you blessed, but not blessed more than them. My beloved, jealousy is silent until it becomes too heavy to hide. The enemy in your family is not always the loud one, sometimes it is the calm one, the helpful one, the one who sits quietly but listens to everything you say. They want to know your plans so they can weaken them through words, through doubt, through spiritual interference. Have you ever shared something exciting and suddenly everything started going wrong? Doors shut. Peace vanished. Motivation died. That is not coincidence, that is exposure. God is showing you who cannot be trusted with your destiny. Don't skip, you must understand the season you are in. When God is about to bless someone, He first isolates them. He removes familiar voices so His voice becomes the loudest. He separates you from contaminated counsel so He can guide you directly. My child, you might notice arguments rising without reason, misunderstandings happening over small things, distance appearing naturally. It's not chaos, it's alignment. God is disconnecting you from those who would betray you later. It happened to Joseph. It happened to David. It happened to Jesus. Greatness always attracts hidden enemies disguised as family. But listen, you are not alone. Angels have been watching over you. Protection surrounds you even when you sleep. You are covered by grace, and no weapon, spoken or silent, will prosper. But you must be aware. Do you feel God speaking straight into your situation right now? Something will happen soon, a conversation overheard, a message seen, an expression caught, a truth revealed suddenly like lightning splitting the sky. And when it happens, your spirit will tremble because you will realize God has been preparing you for this moment. It won't be to destroy you, it will be to release you. The chain you never noticed was there will snap. The emotional tie that drained your soul will loosen. You will step into spiritual clarity, and peace will flood you like a river. But do not confront them in anger. God is handling this battle for you. Your role is to listen, discern, stay aligned, and protect your heart. Don't skip, because what comes next is heavier. There is a specific sign God will send, a test, a moment where you will share a small blessing or opportunity. Watch closely, their reaction will tell you everything. Will they celebrate? Or will their face darken for a second before they force a smile? Will they encourage you? Or will they slip a negative thought into your mind? That moment will be the revelation. The truth will hit you so powerfully that your body might go cold, your breath might shorten, because you will finally see what has been hidden in plain sight. And when you know, when God says, "This is the one," everything you thought you understood will change. The biggest part is still coming. The darkest secret is yet to unfold. The name is drawing nearer, and what you are about to hear next will shake your spirit to the core. Chosen one, breathe slowly and listen with your spirit, not just your ears. Don't skip. The enemy fears this moment because revelation is coming closer, closer than ever before. God is pulling you into truth, and truth is light that exposes every secret shadow. You may begin to notice this person watching you differently, listening more carefully, asking questions not out of love but out of curiosity, to know your moves, to track your progress, to predict your next blessing. They might ask, "How much did you make?" instead of, "How can I support your dream?" They might say, "Are you sure you can handle that?" instead of, "God is with you, go forth." Tell me honestly, have you heard words that felt like they were meant to break you a little? Words that sounded innocent but left you doubting yourself when you walked away? My beloved, that is how a hidden enemy operates, subtly, quietly, like poison in sweet fruit. They don't attack loudly. They attack softly. They don't strike with knives. They strike with sentences. But heaven is waking your discernment. You will start to feel uncomfortable sharing your plans with them. You will hesitate before answering their questions. You will sense your spirit tightening like a warning bell. Have you felt this sign recently? That inner something telling you to protect your ideas? That's the Holy Spirit guarding what is sacred. Chosen one, understand this. God will never allow a hidden enemy to remain hidden forever. He loves you too much. He has plans for you too great. Your destiny is heavy with purpose, and the enemy is trying to stand in the doorway, hoping to slow your progress through emotional ties, guilt, or manipulation. But God is now untangling the web. Don't skip. What I'm about to say is for you. Soon, you will speak a blessing, maybe about a new opportunity, a new connection, a miracle you've been praying for, and watch their reaction carefully. Their eyes will reveal the truth before their words do. Envy is a spirit that cannot hide under skin for long. It will slip through body language, tone, silence. You will see it too clearly to ignore. My child, when that moment comes, do not crumble. Do not fear. Do not hate. Instead, understand, this is God protecting you. He is removing access. He is closing spiritual doors. He is separating you for elevation. And when God separates, it means promotion is near. Do you believe your breakthrough is close? Because I tell you, it is. The enemy fought you hardest not because you were weak but because you were chosen to rise. And now, heaven is stepping in to expose the final veil. You might feel your heart race as truth unfolds. You might even shed tears realizing who was never truly for you. But those tears are cleansing, not breaking. You are being prepared to step into a miracle season, one that requires you to walk with clarity, not confusion. The moment of revelation will be sharp, unforgettable, a sentence spoken, a look exchanged, a moment of jealousy so clear you cannot unsee it. Your soul will whisper, trembling, "It's them." And the name that surfaces in your spirit will send a chill through your veins, not to terrify you, but to awaken you. Because after the name is revealed, the final message from God will change everything. The biggest truth is moments away, and what you hear next will break chains you didn't know existed. Chosen one, you've come this far, and the fact that you are still listening means this message is truly for you. Don't skip. This final part holds the revelation your spirit has been waiting for. Feel this deeply. The enemy wasn't revealed to shame you, but to prepare you. You are stepping into a higher calling, and not everyone can go with you. God is about to place you in rooms where your name will be honored, not attacked. He is about to pour blessings on you so heavy that any hidden jealousy near you would turn toxic if not exposed. This is why He warned you. This is why He brought you here. Now listen closely. The moment is coming very soon, days, maybe hours, when the truth will break through the surface. You might overhear them speaking carelessly when they think you're not around. You might receive a message that wasn't meant for your eyes. You might notice they celebrate others loudly, but go silent when it's your turn. It will happen suddenly, unexpectedly, and your spirit will freeze for a moment. A name will echo inside you like thunder. You will feel it, not guess it. Like God whispering directly into your soul, "This is the one." Tell me honestly, are you prepared for that moment? Are you ready to let God remove who cannot follow you into your destiny? It may hurt because love blinds us. It may shake you because betrayal from family cuts deeper than swords. But remember, Abraham had to separate from Lot before the promise unfolded. Joseph was betrayed by brothers before he touched the throne. Jesus was handed over by one who walked beside him. Painful separation often precedes divine elevation. My beloved, when God reveals the name, do not react with anger, react with wisdom. Do not fight with your own hands, let God handle the battle. Your silence will speak louder than confrontation. Your growth will be your revenge. Your peace will be your proof. Don't skip, something miraculous is next. After revelation comes restoration. God will bring new people into your life who celebrate you genuinely, who pray for you secretly, who cheer for your destiny without competition. Your circle will shrink, but your blessings will grow. You will feel lighter, freer, protected. The spiritual fog will clear and clarity will fill your mind like morning light. Do you believe this is your moment of awakening? Because God does. You weren't chosen to be broken, you were chosen to rise. And now the enemy knows they can no longer hide. Soon you will look back and thank God for the exposure. You will see how every delay was protection. How every warning was love. How every sign was God's hand guiding you to this truth. The name that once froze your blood will lose its power over you, because God will give you victory over every hidden attack. Destiny is calling, angels are moving. Heaven is aligning doors you prayed for, and your breakthrough is closer than breath. Stay alert, chosen one. Watch for the sign. Prepare your heart. Because now, everything is about to change forever.